Welcome to TopBranch, a series from the Dove Agency, where we're rooted in stability and reaching for growth. Join the Dove Agency and our special guests as we bring you expert insights and practical solutions to help your interior design business thrive. This is TopBranch. Let's grow together.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Ruth Ann Janson, and I am with the Dove Agency, and we are here for another episode of Top Branch. And this is
Jodie Hastings. Nice to meet you.
and Jodie. Tell us a little bit about yourself and this wonderful business that you have, and how we are affiliated with
I
them.
know. I got to dive into the actual work of one of our members and clients today. I'm in the office of a building that I manage called
Yay!
Slate. It's a co-working space with a design with a design. I said design studio.
That's okay. That's okay.
With a studio that allows people to do production work. And I get to see, I never really know as much about the businesses that are here because I'm not part of the underlying business, but I'm part of the management of it, of where they stay. So
Yes, it's
I'm here today.
fabulous. And we love this space. The Dove Agency, gosh, we were part of this from almost
Yes.
the onset.
Yes, y'all came.
Yes.
We're like within the first 2 years, one of our first members
Yes.
and tenants. Yep.
Yes, and we love it here. So we just once in a while have a guest on, and we thought it would be fun today to speak with Jodie.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about this topic that is probably hitting a lot of businesses and homes right now, which is back to school, kind of the reset after the summer, whether you do or don't have kids. It's more just the idea of summer's coming to a close, and with summer is kind of the end of the kind of more possibly loosey-goosey office hours and just a little bit of a slower pace, and kind of back into hitting the ground running and that kind of a routine. And so, what does it look like for you personally and for the Slate kind of in this season of reset, if you will?
Well, it's funny because, I really am like you. I'm just a small business that houses other small businesses. So I watch all these patterns of our various members, and summer is slower. Summer is slower for everyone. Doesn't mean it's slow.
Correct.
Slower. It's very different things. And so I do think people go to the office less. I do think people have like the grace of knowing that some of their vendors, their own clients are on vacation too. But I think everyone's like right now, there's like the white knuckles are coming. We're all bracing ourselves.
Yes.
Here we go. It's time for fall. And I personally have 2 kids that have to go back to school, and that's okay.
They're gonna slide on back and everything's gonna be ready.
And then you can focus. And I think we all tell ourselves that, right? I can take the next week and a half to get my personal life organized because my business life is going to take the forefront when my kids head back to the classroom.
Yes, exactly. And I know at the Dove Agency, as a women-owned and operated business, we have a lot of moms on our team that are kind of juggling with the childcare and obviously wanting to be at the back to school events. And so there is grace and kind of give and take. And I know that we do have a lot of structuring with our onboarding that we have to really be cognizant of in the summer, and even in these couple trickle months into back to school, which in Texas is quite early.
It is very
not
early.
like our clients that are all over the country that aren't even thinking about school yet. So this is a little advance warning for those people.
Yeah, and it's a stagger, like the East Coast people. I'm sure you have clients like this. They start showing up later, but boots on the ground, Dallas, Texas, people are headed back next week.
Yep, I know it's time. So do you have anything like maybe just even planned as a business or just individually for your team to kind of re-energize and sort of kind of set the ground to get that business back and launching?
I do think, you just have to have meetings. I know everyone, at the end of the day, we do like to get in a room together. Phone calls are great. Phone calls enable all of us to travel, to be at swim meets.
Correct.
And not at your desk. But it is like, I do think people have to huddle. And I think they actually want to.
I agree.
I think by October 15th,
you're kind of yearning.
Like, can we, everything, I've been everyone's sprawling, pulling from everywhere all the time. Everyone's happy to sit around the same desk.
Yes, I agree with that. And we are actually with that note, we're planning kind of an all hands for early September. Everybody's back from vacation. We've got an all hands meeting and just kind of reflect on what we've done so far and what we're ready to do for the end of 26. And actually, it's kind of startling to think that we are entering the end of 2026, which, I mean, Guys, it's time to start those budgeting and forecasting meetings. Get
I
those
was
set
about
up
to
at
say,
the Dove Agency.
God bless your accountant and your bookkeeper because I do think the bite-sized quarters help every small business not get overwhelmed.
Right.
Most businesses are run by people with lots of ideas and lots of vision, but those things can go 3 and 4 years into the future. Sometimes you really do just need to look at 3 months.
You do.
And your team that's digestible. It's a bite-sized thing. It's a bite-sized part of the year. And I think the beauty of coming back in September is like, what's Q4?
Yes. And that we're already telling, that's going to be our big kind of push starting probably August 1, like I said, is to get those budgeting and forecasting meetings set. Think about who you're going to have to be 1099ing for 2020, for the year 2026. And really just as a business owner, like you said, you're always thinking about what's next and looking forward. It's really not too early to be kicking around the 2027, whether you're thinking about increasing your fees or your rates at the Slate, whatever those pieces are. And like we were talking about before, you mentioned, was such a good point, that fee increases are such a sign of a growing and booming business. So maybe like add to that a little bit. I love that comment.
I was very hesitant. They are very much a Q4. I think people expect them in Q4. I think most people do follow a fiscal year that mimics either the calendar year or is kind of an October 1.
Yes.
People expect it. And I was always so timid about a fee increase until I realized everyone else that's running a business too is doing the same thing. And it does show that I'm evaluating my fees. I am putting thought to them. I am increasing them only at this time, and I'm giving you fair warning. So we can talk about it if it's something that doesn't feel right to the client. But you're growing. You have to keep assessing how to give the best value to your clients.
And
if
weave in more
that-
services and pay your people more. There's so many pieces of it.
There's so many pieces of it.
Yeah. I love that. Well, the other thing I love that I wanted to touch on is, we were laughing about this before, is that you have dubbed yourself the People's GC, which I think is hilarious. So like expand on that a little more. And with that title, what's a little maybe housekeeping tip you could push out with your ex-lawyer hat on to our listeners
So
today?
I was a lawyer. I did commercial litigation for 15 years in Dallas before my sister and I opened the Slate. And I did love being a lawyer. The truth is I love pushing everyone to just talk to lawyers. I feel like lawyers actually are creative and they have seen a lot of things go very wrong. So they often can help you identify. They won't have the answer necessarily, but they can tell you, I would look for this or be weary of that. I think it's always good to audit your contracts. Sounds silly, quite frankly, you don't need to be a lawyer for this, but your subscriptions are killing you somewhere. There's some website that you have a subscription to that you're not using the plugin anymore. Just audit I think Q4 is a good time to audit your contracts. And it goes with the fee increases too sometimes because you realize, the subscriptions we need to power our website are now twice as expensive. So I can't give the same fee structure to my clients for that reason. And it's all building on one another. But I feel like lawyers, we ask a lot of questions. It's okay. Make Q4 like a question focused time. Dig down deep. I feel like January is for the energy and like the vision of the year. I feel like the middle of the year is for maintenance. And then you've got to kind of do your homework.
That's a great way to say it. I think that's what I was going to expand upon in terms of your fees and all those designers out there that are thinking about whether it's your design fee or your product fee, is do the homework necessary to be able to kind of, I don't want to say defend, that's a little bit too strong of a word, but be able to easily explain the value of what you're bringing to the client and why that fee is what it is. And there's a whole bunch of easy ways to do that. Market research, we can always help with that.
Well, and you may also, we all have competitors. And if you've got a client that's choosing between you and a competitor that has got a cut rate deal, you may say, but I'm factoring the following 15 things into this fee. And you need to make sure that the other competitor is doing the same thing. Because all it's going to be is hidden costs for your ultimate client later down the road.
Yes, that's correct. Well, just with that, is there anything you can think of just after being at the Slate this many years and your, career prior to that? What is like one kind of business or even maybe like personal tip that you wish you would have been doing sooner to make you more productive or make things go smoother in your life? Just big general question.
I do think those of us that love our small businesses, we're able to do it in our heads for a very long time.
Yes.
Too long, too long. And the more you're relying on other people, the quite frankly are better at Excel and Google Docs than
Yes,
you
all
are.
the things.
Always. Just the more you know that you can lean on a wider team. I wish I had uh, made basically a manual for our business much sooner. It does take time to pull that together, but the sooner you can get a few things on paper, the more, and it sounds very strange, but the more you realize you are somewhat dispensable. You are the owner, you care more about it than anyone else.
Yes.
But there are a few things you can't tell what those things are that you can delegate until you've written them down for someone else.
Yes.
And so if you do that, you'll be on a fast path to implementing other people within your team to help you keep doing what
scaling.
your highest and best use is.
Yeah, scaling.
you, I
mean, to scale, you have to have repeatable processes, and you have to have talented people that can actually complete the tasks that are repeatable.
Well, and some of your tasks, I'm sure for what you do in a creative industry, while you have all of the details in line too, it is a creative place. Some people are going to be crushed by some tasks within and some people will be energized by them. So you just have to assess.
Have to figure that out. Figure that out. Perfect. Well, I think the only other thing that we wanted to kind of maybe elaborate on a little bit is you had said something interesting about your dad being a dentist and how his season, like every business has a season. We're talking about this being kind of a season of reset, but doesn't coincide with every small business owner that might be listening to this.
We're friends, so we were chatting before this, and we were talking about.
We were prepping. We're working so hard on the prep.
We were, I was telling Ruth Ann that my dad was a dentist and got very despondent. Wait for it. Every October.
So random time.
Well, it's not if you're a dentist. Yeah. Because every mom's just rushed to get her kids in before school and won't be back until February. And October is when really the majority of people that want to try, people that aren't confined to a school schedule. And the point is, he was despondent.
Yes.
My mother had to tell him, it's okay. This is every October. This is every October.
Yes.
This is every. And I just think we all have to remember, there's just look around the corner a little bit, take a look. And you're growing when some of your slower seasons do have just even a slight uptick. Yes. Because we all are seasonal businesses. We
have to figure those seasons out.
Because we have different seasons. Our clients have different seasons.
Right.
So don't be despondent.
Don't be despondent. And I do think for designers and for the Dove Agency, we're about to get pretty busy.
Yes,
we'll come back kind of guns a-blazing. And then I think designers also forget that it gets very slow, almost crickets after maybe the first week of December, maybe even before that, because some people it's more like Thanksgiving-ish. And then people get very nervous. And then January 10th, it's like, oh my gosh.
I've been staring at these walls, and I don't like these walls anymore.
I don't like
want
these walls.
all these walls, and I feel like not until the kids leave is there even time for
they even look at all these
moms to make calls. They know that they want to implement all these new design changes, but they just don't have.
They have to, they have to have all the things. Well, this has been so great. We like to make things short and sweet on TopBranch. So tell us again how we can find the Slate on social media.
We are on the slateproperties.com. And it's 2403, Slate 2403 on Instagram. Just get yourself down Farrington Street and come see us. Actually, it's a very welcoming place. We have 10 private offices, one of whom is the Dove Agency. And there's just a lot of synergies between the people that come here, just even for coffee.
I was going to say good coffee. You took the words before.
We do have but I've watched a lot of people make a lot of good professional and personal connections here by being members, just visiting. And everyone's welcome.
And attending events and attending your great events.
And we have some events coming. We've got a really fun one coming October, bringing speakers. My sister and I like to plan. My sister is the other owner. We like to plan things we would actually attend ourselves.
That's good. That's a good little, that's a good
rule of thumb.
Yay. Well, I always like to end with a little quote. That's kind of just, it's a little bit cheesy, but I like to do it. And we have one today that ties into our topic, which is from Arthur Ashe. You were saying how much you liked him too. And it is a very simple one. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. So here's to the season of reset, and let's hit 2026 and get ready for 2027. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
The Dove Agency is committed to services that ensure your financial stability and growth. As part of our dedication to the design industry, we present ID Nest, a powerful software solution for designers. Built by industry experts, it integrates financial insights, project and task management, time tracking, CRM and marketing tools to streamline workflow and power your designs. Join us next time on TopBranch. And in the meantime, to learn more, visit idnest.com.